I hope you guys are having a good time. Today we are working on some mini anime swords because why not, I suppose? I've got a ton of high carbon steel cut out into little billets like this, little pill-shaped billets. I'm going to throw them in the fire and we're going to start forging out some anime swords. So I hope you guys enjoy. We're going to get right into it in a moment and yeah, we'll see how things go, that's for sure. All right, here we are. I think this is our first piece, I believe. It's about 1/4 inch thick. I'd say 3 inches wide. I have some thicker pieces, but those are for bigger swords, I suppose. These aren't really actually swords because, well, they're tiny. They're just going to be anime sword shaped, like Zangetsu back there, the Dragon Slayer, all those fun things. We're going to make out of these little pieces of 5160 high carbon steel. So let's throw them in the fire and have a good time. Welcome everyone. Random, Christopher, MSO, let's go. We're finally live streaming again. I know it's been a long time since I've live streamed, but I hope you guys enjoy. We're going to see how this goes, I believe. Oliver, welcome. Let's go. People are showing up. This is a fun time. We're going to, yeah, hopefully everything goes well. These are small pieces that I'm working with, so I honestly don't know if I'm going to lose them in the forge. I hope not. All right. We're going to start off with one because, well, I'm not confident to do more than one at a time yet. This is going to be our test piece. I really no idea what I'm doing, but we're going to give it a shot. So follow along. I hope you guys have fun. That is a black screen. There's a black screen? Well, that's a shame. Anyways, let's get right into this. The thing about this steel that we're using is it's high carbon, so it can overheat and ruin the steel, so I got to be careful of that. I can see, can't see, oh, good. Okay, it was just on Christopher's end. Glad to hear that. Let's go. Hale, what happened with the Tonometric and Dragon's Will podcast? Oliver? Wow, sorry, spilling water on myself. I just haven't had the time to work on that recently, but hopefully I can soon. I did, as a matter of fact, get married, so life's been a little bit more busy recently. All right, so first things first, what we're going to do is just forge out a point like we would on a knife. Whoa. The lucky thing about this material is that it already has rounded edges, so making a point on it isn't actually that difficult. So, as you can tell here, we're just starting to forge a point. What sword I'm making right off the bat, I should probably tell you, is Zangetsu. It's a pretty simple design, as you can see in the back there from Bleach. I want to make this into a tiny little knife, maybe like a letter opener, or perhaps like a throwing knife. Honestly, I don't know how it's going to turn out, but we're going to give it a shot. So, yeah, let's see how it goes. By mini, do we mean actual mini or regular? But they're mini compared to your usual work. MSL, these are going to be actually mini to the real world mini. We're not actually... I get where you're coming from, though. Honestly, that would be kind of fun to make anime swords to, like, the proper, like, actual usable size. That could be very interesting, and maybe that'll be a future project. Who really knows? Sorry for not being here. I haven't had a phone or nothing. My old account is got banned. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Random. But I'm glad you're back. I appreciate you being here, and I hope you have a good time. All right. Whew. I do need to think through what I'm actually doing here. Yes, welcome, Roka. Hopefully, this goes well. I haven't live streamed in a long little bit, so this could be interesting. It's Zuzu on another device. Oh, let's go. Welcome back, Zuzu. All right. I gotta be careful of overheating this stuff. And also losing it in the forge. Yeah, that's already getting a little too hot. That's not good. Alright. Let's forge down a point. like so. Now, what I want to do is actually lengthen the blade. Of course, this is a tiny little point. It looks beautiful, but now we want to actually elongate it, making it into more of a sword shape. All right, back into the fire. Whew. Man, it's good to be back. This is fun. Can I see my boy Alucard's sword? I've missed it. Oh man. Yeah, I can pull it out. It's nothing much right now, Christopher. We haven't done any work on it in a while, which is kind of a shame. Are you making mini swords? Yeah, Zuzu, I am making mini anime swords. Perhaps for throwing, perhaps just for decoration. But there we go. But they are going to be actually out of high carbon steel, so possibly usable in a sense. Basically just knives. Did you see the comments I left yesterday? This is Samurai Chiefs, by the way, new name. Oh, I probably have actually seen your comments, but I can't remember what you said. Shame. What am I making right now, Elmo? Mini anime swords. Basically, little knives, but hopefully that are going to be potentially used for throwing. Who knows? I sure don't. I'm just messing around right now. But we'll see how things go. Now that I've got a point, I'm going to add a distal taper. A distal taper is basically just thinning out the blade gradually, thickest by the handle, and then thinner at the point. Still also trying to maintain the same shape of Zangetsu. There we go. So it's gradual, but you can see a point, and you can see it's slowly starting to thin out to the tip. So I'm going to get it back in the fire and keep working it like that. There we go. All right, and for Christopher's sake, I will grab Alucard's sword and show it off. It's got it right here. This is Alucard's sword that I started working on a while back. It is massive. It's much taller than I am. And it's very, almost pretty light. I can't quite one-hand it because of the leverage needed. But it's a massive sword, which I hope to finish someday. However, I just haven't had the chance to. So, we'll see. Maybe I will finish it soon. How does your forge work? Oliver, it basically has a fan at the bottom that pumps air up, and I just pile coal on, so I have the fuel, heat, air, fire, basically. MSL, throwing a mini version of a big sword and then switching to the same sword in normal size, a new fighting strategy. MSL, absolutely. That is the way to do it. Mixed copper aluminum casted things yesterday. We'll have a full video up soon, but you are a big inspiration for the project. Well, let's go make everything. That's awesome to hear. I hope it all turned out well, and I'll have to check out that video. That sounds awesome. All right, here we go. Back to thinning out the blade a bit. So this here is Zangetsu's Ichigo's sword Zangetsu, but this isn't the only one I want to make. I want to make the Dragon Slayer and some other swords, so you'll have to stay tuned and see what I create. But yeah, we'll see how it turns out. This is definitely getting a little longer, but I still want some more length on it. It's not quite as long as I want. However, we're starting to get somewhat of a blade shape, which is kind of exciting. So back into the fire, just like so. There we are. It's going to be definitely pretty finicky trying to get the handle shaped with such a small piece of material, but we'll see how it goes. Lillian, hi, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for stopping by. That would genuinely be considered a good sword, I'm pretty sure. Well, that's good to hear, Almo. I don't know if it'll actually work very well, but we'll see. No, not like that. It looks like it's about to break. Oh, goodness. All right. I gotta make sure I don't overheat this, but seems to be working well, I want to say. high carbon steel. Yes, Roka, this is, or Zuzu, this is high carbon steel. It's 5160 spring steel, stuff that's used in cars and trucks and things like that. It's very good tool steel, so hopefully it works well. Does your forge have refractory cement lining? No, it doesn't. It is literally just a steel brake drum, and that's it. It works though. It does work. All right, here we go. Just trying to give some length to this blade. Just like so. Now, looking at the design on, actually you can't see it, I'm blocking it. Looking at Zangetsu there on the wall, this, so far, well, I'll come a little closer, has a flat side here and an edge here, which you'd think this is the blade side, but it's not. I'm going to bevel the flat side and have it curve back, creating our swooping edge. All the muscles showing when you're forging. Thanks, MSL, appreciate it. All right. I'm trying to decide if I should do the handle now. Let's flip it around and see. Maybe I should do the handle next. Yeah, I can get a decent enough grip on it. Okay. Next, what we're going to do is notch the handle in and forge that out. I have a forge for casting, and I plan on building a forge using a blow dryer for forced air. That's a good idea to make everything. A blow dryer would work like just fine. All right. Get this back in the fire. So, once I get this handle forged in, then it's a matter of beveling the blade and potentially grinding it, heat treating it, making it into an actual knife. Forge Master, Christopher, I got your reference. I wouldn't say I'm that kind of Forge Master. That's a little, that's not my style, let's just say that. All right. Whew, here we go. Let's see how this goes. All right. Actually, it's not quite hot. I just didn't want to overheat it, but we're not quite there yet. Give it a second. There we go. All right. Now, forging half on, half off. This is going to be a little awkward. Just like so. So, I'm using the cross peen to give the little handle curve there in the blade, or the transition from blade to handle, the coil. But I'll probably end up doing the refining work on the grinder. But for now, we started our notch. Now let's continue that handle shaping. It will hopefully look good. Just give it a minute. All right. Get that up to heat. Probably a good idea to drink some water because it is swelteringly hot in here, but that's the way it goes. Do you use whetstones for sharpening, or you think I'd be fine just free belting with a grinder? Make everything yourself. Grinding on a belt grinder is actually usually how I do my sharpening and stuff like that. It just depends what belt grit you're using. But my usual, that's getting a little hot. I gotta not get distracted talking still. I gotta keep working, or else I'm gonna burn the steel. But I usually end up going to a buffing wheel as my last step for sharpening. But a belt grinder is fine. I can usually get a razor's edge that way. So, as you can kind of tell, I'm starting to get the handle shaped, but it's It's slow and steady work. You guys know that. Blacksmithing, it takes a little bit to get things done. But, whoop, drop my tongs. We'll get it back in the fire, and we'll continue to work it. All right, here we go. There we go. Whew. Fun stuff, fun stuff. Heard it's rather old, though. You know? No, I don't know who that is, Almo. Slow and steady makes the sword ready. Absolutely, Christopher, you get it. I only watched episode 1 of Castlevania. We'll probably get back to it someday. That's fair. This is getting hot very fast, and I gotta be mindful of this. My goodness. All right. Okay, we're starting to take shape here, which is nice. All right. Now, again, not quite there. When it comes to working with smaller material, it doesn't stay hot as long, which is kind of a shame, but it still works. Yeah, it just needs more heat. But it's coming along. Trust me, trust me. All right, back into the fire. When working with something this small, it also heats up a lot faster, which is convenient in a sense when you're trying to get things done, but it's also tiring. Oh, makes me feel like I'm not scholarly enough. Fair enough. No, what are you making? I am working on mini anime swords. So, I'm Hale the Blacksmith. If you don't know, I make massive anime swords. But today I am working on tiny ones for throwing knives or letter openers, whatever you really want. But basically the idea is to make these massive anime swords smaller, much smaller. All right. Getting there, slow and steady. All right. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab this pair of tongs here. Going to grip this. Actually, first things first, I'm going to round the handle just a little. It'll make it easier to grab in the tongs. And then I'm going to start beveling the blade, and once the blade is beveled and more to its actual shape, then I can start refining the handle. Just like so. Just like so. Just like so. There we go. So, dun, 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 dun. Oh, nope. There we go. All right. Now I can actually hold on to the handle, more or less. And now I'm going to start beveling the blade, giving it that Zangetsu curve, which should be nice. Let's throw it in the fire and start beveling this thing. All right. Oh, Kidina. I am like dripping in sweat, and this isn't even a lot of forging. Man, it's hot in here. What do you use for heat treating and tempering, Hale? I've heard some people use ovens, but the heating is uneven and inaccurate. Well, for me, personally, to make everything yourself, I usually use my forge to heat up my material, my sword, my knife, whatever I'm heat treating, and quench it in motor oil or water, depending on the steel. And then I will use just a regular oven for tempering. If I want to be more accurate, I will use a blowtorch and just kind of get that even pass through, but An oven often works. Not a microwave. Sorry, Christopher. That's really nice. You get to work with what you love and get to hit some metal. It is pretty awesome, but it's definitely exhausting. That's for sure. All right. Let's give some beveling a shot. Here we go. So really trying to spread the material out. As you can see, the edge that was once straight is starting to curve, and the edge that was curved is starting to straighten. Very interesting. Welcome, the Fox. It's been a while. Nice to see you here. I'm going to keep beveling this, giving it that Zangetsu curve, and hopefully it'll look like Zangetsu in the end. Interesting. I think I've asked this before, but do you have a power hammer? If you do, you should make Damascus. Make everything yourself. I don't have a power hammer here. I have one at work. And that's where I use it if I need a power hammer. And I've done Damascus before. I do actually enjoy making Damascus. It's just a long process. And I don't really have the time for those kind of projects right now. But I would love to make some more Damascus eventually. Oh, everyone, welcome. I was so busy like these past 2 months. Oh, it's all good, Fox. I kind of know the feeling. But, yeah, fun stuff. All right, this blade's pretty thin now, so it should be heating up a lot faster, which is good. But I don't want to overheat it and ruin all our hard work, so let's hope that doesn't happen. Now, that being said, it should be hot, so let's give her a grab if I can. Got it. Very hot, which is ideal. Now we can keep beveling. Okay, so our blade is looking nice, but our handle is kind of bent out of whack, so I'm going to heat that back up and start refining our handle shape. So, back to it. Fun stuff. All right. Here we go. This shouldn't take too long to heat up. I'm kicking Alucard's sword. Thanks a lot, Christopher. I'm going to set that a little further away. Okay, that should be hot in no time. Not available, he is with his maiden. That is true. Aiden couldn't make it, sadly. But, for very good reason. Alright. Nice and hot. Let us work this material now. Okay. Whew. Hot stuff. Okay, we're almost to shape. I am very curious if this would actually work as a throwing knife. I've got little to no idea if it actually will, but it could be kind of cool if it does. All right, I just got to straighten things up. Nice. This of course, looks totally not like Zangetsu, but it kind of resembles it, sort of. Now, don't jump to conclusions that this sucks. I know, I might, but it is where I need it to be, because what I can do now, once it is annealed, is basically just grind in our swoops, sharpen up my point, put an edge on it, and it's done. It's really that simple, which is pretty sweet. So what I'm going to do now is maybe refine it a little bit more, but then I'm going to heat it up, let it air cool, and while it's cooling off for grinding, I'm going to start another sword, and I probably might do the Dragon Slayer, which will be kind of fun. So we'll see how it goes. Speed to top fans, and then shows 5 people with 75 XP, and that's it. Oh, goodness. I'm not sure what's going on in the chat, but that's just me being busy. Okay, let's anneal this. I think it's probably actually pretty good. Yeah, I think it looks nice. Of course, I mean, nice in the sense that it still has a long bit of grinding to do, but other than that, should be nice. Zuzu, this one doesn't seem to have the crown. Fair enough. All right. Yeah, I think if my handle is still straight, yeah, this will look good. Everything's well balanced. I'm just going to anneal this, and then I can start on to our next one. Whew. Fun stuff, honestly. Very much enjoying this. I hope you guys are too. Which sword now? Okay, I should ask. Which sword should I make next? I just did Zangetsu. Of course, it still needs a bit of refining on the grinder, but that's always fun and good to do, in a sense. What I want to do now is start another sword. Should I do the Dragon Slayer, which is behind me, make a smaller version of the Dragon Slayer? Or do I make... Oh, I'm trying to remember the name. I think it's Kubikiri Bochi is the name, which is... that I could be pronouncing that wrong, but that's Zabuza's sword from Naruto. That's one that I want to make. So, what do you guys think? You need Dragon Slayer for sure. Dragon Slayer? Okay. Christopher's thinking Dragon Slayer. I'm going to probably make all of them, whatever ones I think of. But, yeah, Dragon Slayer, sure. I'll do the Dragon Slayer next. That sounds fun. $2, you'll break the bottle. Oh, goodness. It's a... Don't worry, I don't think I'm breaking this. It's a steel bottle for a reason. What did I make? Make everything says something kind of cool. The copper and aluminum makes Nordic gold, which has a martensic. I don't know if I spelled that right. Structure just like steel. So it's technically as strong. Dang, that's kind of cool. Make everything yourself. That's pretty awesome. Okay. Our blade is nice and hot. Okay, I'll ask a question just out of your guys' sake. I know this is supposed to be like Zangetsu from Bleach. Should I put my touch mark in, the Hail logo, stamp it into the blade? I'll let you guys decide if that's kind of cool or not. Oh, I dented it. I didn't dent it. Don't worry, Christopher. Yeah. If not, I won't put my touch mark in, but if so, maybe I will. Draven, sup? How's it going? Thanks for joining us. We're making mini anime swords, so hopefully you enjoy. When you get a few more mini versions of anime swords, you got to start training knife throwing with them. Elmo, that is actually such a fun idea, and I probably will. And it polishes up and looks just like gold, but is significantly cheaper. That's pretty sweet. Forgot I was watching. Oh, good, Oliver. Okay. Elmo says I should touch mark it. Maybe I will. If 100 likes, you destroy your bottle with Dragon Slayer. Yeah, if this live stream gets 100 likes, then sure. Except for that would kind of suck because I use that water bottle for work and then I have to buy a new one. But all good. This is just air cooling. I'm going to set it aside. Now, what I have here, I don't need to hold the tongs. Oh, I never deburred this one. That's funny. Anyways, I've got a thicker chunk of the 5160 high carbon steel. It's about 3/8 thick. I'm going to use this for the Dragon Slayer because it'll give us a longer blade and a thicker one, which should hopefully look more massive as the Dragon Slayer is supposed to look. So let's do that. All right. Yeah. Here we go. Tongs. And into the fire we go. There we go. Now, I know these things aren't anything impressive, but if you guys would be interested, I'd potentially sell these on my website. But that's, yeah, we'll see. Sadly, we went back to 10, what is it? That's only a few people live stream, so 100 might not be possible. That is true. But, we'll see. Hey, you never know who will join the live stream, and I'm fine with this amount of people. It's fun for me still. But, yeah. I don't know. We did last summer we had a good season of big live streams, but honestly, it is what it is, and this is fun. And I love chatting with you guys, so this is great. Legend shall pull through. The Legion or Legend? Whatever. But a last chat works. Yep, exactly, the Fox. Alright. Bet how much? Make everything yourself. I haven't determined a price because I haven't actually finished making one yet. But if I finish one of these today, I'll actually put it up for sale on the website tonight. So, yeah, if you're interested, for sure. But I still haven't figured out a price for it. Alright, that all being said, let's try and grab our steel out of the fire. Goodness. Come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. And let's start off by forging a point like usual. This is definitely thicker material, so it might be a little more difficult. Alright. Back into the fire. I didn't get this hot enough, but that's alright. A good first heat. A good solid first heat. Here we go. There we go. Back into the fire. We'll see how things go. We'll see how things go from here. We'll keep an eye out. I want to support you in any way I can, brother. What's the site? Make everything yourself. Thanks so much. I really appreciate that. The site is the merch site. That's on my web. Drop my hammer. Whoops. Sorry about that. It's the site that's on YouTube. You can go to my merch, and that site will be selling the product. At least that's the plan. So we'll see. 100 likes, and Hale destroys his bottle with Dragon Slayer. Like my dorm brother, Christopher. Thanks for your destruction. I appreciate it. And yeah, I appreciate everyone who's been enjoying this video. Thank you, or live stream, not video. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy. It's a little difficult to forge a point. Definitely not the easiest. I'm sort of giving this a distal taper to try and give it some length and mass, but yeah, we'll see. Said hi. Hello, welcome. Got my like the first time around. Let's go. All right. Here we go. Back into the fire. Little cold again, but all good. There we go. Whew. Fun stuff. Definitely tiring, but it's good. Alright. Destruction brings viewers. That's fair enough, Christopher. That's fair. Hale got a strong bottle, so now he better destroy something else. Oh, goodness. No. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Anyways. Fire. Oh. Well, I hope this one turns out. I think Zangetsu's going to turn out pretty well. But, I'm not sure how the Dragon Slayer is going to end up looking or going. But, we'll find out soon. Alright. Trying a different pair of tongs. Hopefully it works better. The thing about the Dragon Slayer is it has a very blunt point, which isn't always the easiest to forge, especially on small material like this. Whew. All right, back into the fire. All right, week or two. How long does your projects normally take? Just curious. Yeah, Christopher says about a week or two. That's pretty accurate. It really depends on how much time I put into them. But yeah, and the size, times per week he works on it. Yeah, Christopher gets it. Yeah, I would say, depending how often I can work on a project, I can get a project done in like a big one in about a week to a month. That's just how it works. If it's like I get to work on it once a week on a Saturday or something, then it'll take probably a month. But for these, I could finish these tonight. So that's kind of nice. Whew, nice and hot, which is good. All right. Forging these out. Woo. All right, so this doesn't look like much at the moment, which is usually how it goes at the start, but we're starting to take the corners down, and we're also giving it a bit of a distal taper. It definitely needs more, but I want to give this more length, so it's an actual, it kind of gives off that bigger feel to it, even though it's tiny. So let's get some more length on it. Whew. All right, there we go. Fun stuff. Honestly, I enjoy this. W iron rod. What iron rod? There's a lot of metal in here, so not really sure, Oliver, what you're referring to. But man, sometimes it's just tough when the heat is just blazing and your head just, gets a little tired. Whew. Fun stuff. Okay. Almost up to heat, which is good. Me sad, no one got my reference. Get acid into the fire, destroy the seal. Oh, wow, I didn't even catch that. Yes, Christopher, amazing reference. Totally original. It was great. What's it a reference to? It's Lord of the Rings, Elmo. Make everything yourself. I'm about to enter my final year of a schooling, so I'm going to practice making rings, get better at it, and make wedding bands for me and my girlfriend. I want to marry her out of school. I'm thinking, make everything yourself. That's awesome, man. I didn't end up making my wedding ring, which is kind of a shame, but it came down to the time and stuff like that. But absolutely make wedding rings. That is like such a cool skill to have, except for it's really a once in a lifetime use. So that's kind of that happens, but you won't be back, just gotta eat. All good, Elver. I read Elmo and Oliver at the same time. All good, Oliver. I'll catch you in a bit. Let's keep forging this out. Whew. Bit of a distal taper going on. Just like so. All right, starting to become thinner and a bit longer. I'm gonna flip it around and start forging out the other end. We'll see how that goes. Make 3 rings for the elves, 7 for the dwarves, 9 for the mortal men, and 1 to rule them all. Yes, Christopher, absolutely. No hesitation. All right, let's get this back into the fire. If I can grab it, there we go. All right, just like so. Whew. Fun stuff. We are now one. Oliver and Elmo are now one being. This is, well, it's the way it goes. Aren't you guys still under? Goodness. A mutant creature, yeah. All right. Whew. Okay. Back to the anvil. Here we go. Let's start tapering it out some more. Now the hard part is going to be notching the handle. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to go about doing that at the moment, but we shall see. I'm just going to give it a couple taps and see how it goes. I mean, it's nothing yet, of course, but we're starting to notch in the handle. We'll see how it goes. Props goodbye. Wait, who's heading out without a goodbye? Never mind, I'm gonna stay. Oh, Oliver's back. Let's go. Gonna eat. Heat it up, bang a chisel, or spike into it. Not a bad idea, actually. Make everything yourself. I might do something of that sort to clean it up, but I'm gonna try getting it started. I don't want to put anything. I don't want to actually accidentally remove material with a chisel yet. I want to just get it started and then refine it a bit more. Oh, yeah. Anyways, good stuff. I think this is coming along well. But, yeah. That's the way it goes. Hey, we have 10 likes on this live stream. Let's go. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate that. That is pretty awesome. And this should be hot so we can keep forging. There we go. Nice and hot. Here we go. Might need some more material. I don't think I notched enough material. All right, as you can now tell, a little bit of a tang is starting, a handle is starting. So, yeah, back into the fire and let's keep it up. Whew. All right. That hit the fan. There we go. What am I missing here? Hale, what type of weapon do you think is the hardest to make? That is a good question. Like, in general, I would say probably a sword. Just straight off the bat. An axe is really easy. A warhammer, not too difficult. But a sword just has a little more finesse to it. There's a lot of moving parts, not really, but like there's a lot of pieces to it and stuff like that. And to make a good sword, it needs to be like technical. So that's just kind of, at least how I feel. Elvin, now I was the odd one. Oh goodness. Hold on. Might make brass knuckles here soon, but I don't know. Cool to have, but not cool to get caught with. Yeah, brass knuckles I wouldn't say are the best thing. Blunt the knot. Oh, Christopher is just getting into song now. That's what Hail the Blacksmith hate. Bottle and corks, chip the glass and crack. Thanks, Christopher, for that. I appreciate that. Imagine a kunai that looks like Shikai, but as long as the normal. That would be epic. All right, let's keep forging out this handle a bit more. All right. Just like so. Nothing too fancy. At least not yet. Using the cross peen again to just get a little bit sharper corners. At least that's the goal. By pinching off the end there, I was able to draw out a bit of the handle. We're going to continue that. I didn't want to use too much material up on the handle. I can always pull more from the blade, but if I take too much, I can't really add it back to the blade, and I want this blade as big as it possibly can get, just for the massive aesthetic that the Dragon Slayer is supposed to have. All right, back into the fire. Whew. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. How about you forge Mjolnir for a change? Mjolnir? That's not like Thor's hammer? Get you hoodoo metal? That's doable. Goodness. Yeah, Christopher, you know what? Why not? Why not make a hammer from a dying star? Seems easy enough, right? But if you get me that material, then yes, I will make Thor's hammer. Absolutely. Without hesitation. All right. I'm trying to pinch off enough material for the handle, but I'm also trying to forge it with an offset with a thicker pommel, because, well, the sword has a pommel and I want to forge that in. So that's kind of the idea, at least. We'll see how it turns out. I'm going to get some more heat on it, but it's kind of starting to resemble a sword blade, which is good. That's what we want. I'll speak with Wakanda right away. Oh, goodness. He better have a series where he just learns how to wield fictional weapons. Elbow, yes, absolutely. My reading skills, not great. But my wielding of epic weapons could be something. Could be something. They'll understand for sure. Oh, goodness. Well, I hate to say it, Hale, but I'm going to be leaving here for work in a minute. So see you next time, man. Do more lives for me. Man, my reading has just gotten so much worse over the past little bit. Anyways, make everything yourself. Thanks so much for being here. I appreciate it. Make sure you check the website soon. It's just the Hail the Blacksmith shop at fourthwall.com, I think it is. Anyways, yeah, hopefully I'll put these up for sale, and if you guys want to buy them, go right ahead. But yeah, anyways, let's get back to working on it. Then let's add Odin's spear. Oh, goodness. Making Odin's spear. That could be a little extreme, but could be fun too. Whew. Anyways, let's get this hot, and yeah, let's see how it goes. I think it's coming along well. I mean, I'd say it's coming along okay. I want to forge the bevels on the blade, because then it's actually going to start looking like a sword. But that comes in time. First we focus on the handle. And hopefully not burn it off. Okay, I'm going to switch to my smaller cross beam. I think that might work better. I think it's kind of working. I'm just trying to round off this handle. Dropped it, but it's all good. Kind of looks kind of cool, not gonna lie. But I do believe the handle needs a little bit more length, so I'll have to get to that. All right. I also, if I'm going to be throwing these, I can't make the handles too thin, or else they might break if the butt end hits first. See y'all, best live chat. Awesome. Anyways, yeah, see you make yourself. Wow, can I even make everything yourself? Have a good one. Have a good time at work, and yeah, see you around. Looks like a thermometer. Not for long. It's gonna look like a sword soon. Trust me. Trust me. All right. All right. Let's get it back in the fire and make this look more like a Dragon Slayer. All right. Oh, I never hit the fan. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Whew. All right. Fun stuff. I think it's coming along half decent. Half decent. I'm just kind of imagining Hale with weapons hanging from everywhere now. Honestly, yeah, that's actually just the case. You can't really see it, but I have massive swords. I have things hanging up. Don't worry. Okay, I don't want to overheat this, but I think it's coming along. I'll let that slowly come to heat. Huh. Actually, I'm dumb as heck. I go to work at 4:39, not 4. I'll be here a while longer. Make everything yourself. Awesome. I'm glad to hear it. Thanks for sticking around. Appreciate it. Rectal thermometer can stay a dragon. Slay a dragon if applied correctly. Can it? Can it? Oh my goodness. Anyways, I'm going to continue forging. All right. Here we go. Okay. Not gonna lie, I think this is almost in a position where it's workable on the grinder, which is good news. I just have to center the handle on the blade, and then from there, that's sort of looking like a massive sword without any bevels. So now we're going to flip it around and actually start forging the blade shape, which should look really epic in just a minute. So yeah, let's flip it around, switch our tongs, grab our material, and now we're going to start forging the blade of this. So yeah, back into the fire. All right, there we go. Perfect. Whew. Good stuff. I think this will turn out pretty cool. Hale has a bunch you can borrow. Wait, am I just giving out weapons now? Hold on. Think Fox used to like it when he hung them on the Dragon Slayer. Oh, are you talking about hats? If I hung my hat? Forget the... I'm sorry you can't find your hat. Make everything yourself. A massive mini sword. That's exactly what's going on here, Oliver. Does this mean I have to make a mini hat for the fox to hang my hat on? Or hang a mini hat on these mini swords? I'm not going to worry about that right now. Alright. Whew. Yep, that's nice and hot. A very hot blade. Wait, can it focus? That looks so sweet. Anyways. Oh man, this is going to be hard to forge, isn't it? Yeah. I forge the point. I might have to grind the point in. This might be a little too finicky to forge. Okay. That being said, I do believe, yeah, I do believe this blade has enough of a distal taper and more or less to shape. Now I can start beveling, and then from there we'll grind it to its perfection. So yeah, I'm just going to straighten the handle a bit because it's bothering me. Come on. Not really straightening. That's a bit better. Okay, let's throw it in the fire and bevel this thing. Should be fun. Should be fun. All right. Just like so. Beveling this will definitely give it a lot more width, which I think will look pretty cool. Gonna go make 85 bot accounts to like the stream. Christopher, fair, go ahead. I appreciate the likes, but bots aren't ideal. Real talk, what are Dremels even good for all the bits I have keep coming up? RPM too high? I gotta stop dropping my hammer and I gotta move this piece of steel. There we go. Now the steel's not gonna be getting hit by the hammer if I drop it. Honestly, it's probably your bits aren't gumming up. They're probably, like, it depends on the bits you're using, but often just like store-bought Dremel bits get totally destroyed really easily if you're using them on steel. If you're using it on wood, then I would say maybe your RPM's too high or maybe too low. But honestly, I find Dremels work best when you have, what is it, like carbide bits, I think they're called, or something like that. Those work really good. I think that's what they're called. I don't actually really know, but I don't have... I'm kind of iffy on Dremels. Somehow this stream soothed me. Let's go, Oliver. Appreciate that. You're not worthy if you're a hammer. What? I'm not worthy of my hammer. Is that what you're saying? Because I keep dropping it? Come on. I think I'm worthy of this rusty little thingamajigger. We use carbide in my school machine shop, and yeah, that stuff's awesome. Yeah, carbide works. I just dropped it again. Yeah, maybe Christopher's right. Maybe I'm not worthy of my hammer. Honestly, I think it's just trying to escape me at this point. Goodness. I'm using one of them to find sanding bits on brass. Oh, the fine sanding bits just don't work at all. No, Christopher, don't you dare. All right. Let's start beveling this thing. I want those really chunky looking bevels. Since the Dragon Slayer is supposed to be massive and thick. I think it's working. Definitely going to need some refinement. All of this looks like really garbage right now, but trust me, I believe in my grinding skills to bring this stuff to ideal perfection. All right. So, as of right now, it looks like garbage. I know. I can see it too. But if you envision it with me, a little bit of grinding, a little bit of cleanup, and this will look good. This will look good, I believe, in the end. So back into the fire. Let's bevel it some more. And hopefully we can come out with a Dragon Slayer looking sword. Knife. Tiny little thing. Anyways. Whew. Fun stuff. I think it's been fun stuff. Unlimited. Wait, what is going on, Christopher? No joke, gone through one already. I'm doing one ring drill. Oh goodness, yeah, that's tough. Yeah, the sanding bits don't work very well, I find. Since Raw can't be broken anymore, Chris made your hammer come to life. Fair enough, Elmo, fair enough. Indeed, unlimited garbage can be sold, no worries. Goodness. You make his garbage. Thanks, Oliver. I appreciate that. Oh, man. All right. Let's try beveling this a little bit more. Ta-da! Flaming ingot of steel. All right. Okay. Slow and steady wins the race. So you can kind of see that we're starting to bevel this. Looks kind of all right. Looks kind of all right. That's hail. What? Thanks, Christopher. Nothing makes good, but somehow that is. Oh, thanks, Oliver. Thanks. Oh man. All right. Let's just straighten up the handle a bit, just like so. Honestly, I'm actually liking it. I know it doesn't look great right now, but I can envision it. I'm seeing greatness. I'm seeing it. All right. Let's back into the fire it and keep forging it. This is gonna look pretty cool. It's I know you guys doubt me, but I can see it. I can see the vision. All right. There we go. Whew. Goodness. There to comfort you. We need a Hail the Blacksmith song similar to Bob the Builder. Elmo, no! Oh no. That's actually kind of funny. Tell Brinzer that, and he will totally do that. And then bring him back down to the level he was at Chris. I'm always harsh. He knows that. Christopher, yes, I do know that. And you keep me humble, and that's what I appreciate about this mutual whatever we have. Chris, get on that. Yes. All right. Almost up to heat. And then we're going to bevel this. And once I have this blade beveled, I think I'm going to make another one. I don't know which one I'm going to make yet, though. Do I make another Zangetsu? Do I make another Dragon Slayer? Or do I make another type of anime sword? That's the question, isn't it? All right. Beveling time, beveling time. I'm going to bevel the blade. Here we go. All right. Whew. Okay. Really got to focus when it comes to beveling. A lot of detail work. All right. It doesn't look awful. I mean, it does look awful, but there's potential for it to not look awful in the end. Matter of straightening it. Honestly, I can see the vision. Yeah. Okay. You may doubt me, but there's something here. Okay. I don't think I have soapstone, which is a shame, but I would draw for you what I'm seeing. However, what I think I'll just do is straighten it up a bit. Here we go. Yeah, you know what? You can doubt me, but I'm going to grind this thing, make it beautiful, and then you guys can check it out on the merch shop that's linked in the description of this live stream. And then you'll actually see it how it's supposed to look when it's actually ground and finished, and it'll look amazing. But that's not quite yet. This hunk of steel is not quite finished, but it will at some point. Hopefully tonight. Anyways, I'm going to set this aside. I'm going to anneal it and set it aside. And then we're going to start working on another blade. So that's the goal at least. Chris, Elmo, and Aiden, and Dragon 2, Fox and Oliver joined the crew. Hale and the gang have so much fun working together. They get the job done. Christopher, that's amazing. That's beautiful. I love that. Got both of the rings polished up now, though. They're not the roundest thing I've ever made, but, you know, they're pretty close. Not done with them yet, though, but they're wearable at least. Let's go make everything yourself. That's actually pretty sweet. I know the first rings I ever made were definitely not the best, but it takes practice and it takes time. And even these sometimes don't turn out the way you want them, but this has potential. All right. Alrighty. Here we go. Put it in there. And now I'm going to let that heat up to a decent temperature, a critical temperature. And then I'm going to let it air cool, just like I did with Zangetsu. And then those will be ready for grinding and heat treating and all that fun stuff. That's just Bob the Builder, but with our names. That's amazing. That's actually hilarious. Did you cast them or take a sheet and solder them? I will stop that before I overheat it. When I made my rings, I did sterling silver and I soldered them together, which worked relatively decently, I'd say. Not like perfectly, but they did work half well. All right, this is almost up to heat. All right, question. Do I want a challenge? Do I want to make this difficult for myself? Because if so, I might do Kubikiri Bochi, which is Zabuza's sword from Naruto. It's the massive one that has the sun and moon cut into it. Could be fun to make. Yeah, I think we'll give it a shot. Honestly, this might be a total waste of time, but we're gonna hope for the best. All right, I'm just gonna move Zangetsu aside. I think we'll set Zangetsu there. All right, yeah, so we got another thick Bessie chunk that we're going to toss into the forge. This is the 3/8 5160. We're going to toss it in and try forging out Kubikiri Bochi, which is definitely an interesting sword to try and make. So we'll see. Yeah, yours were probably way rounder than mine. Well, it wasn't terrible, but yeah, it's definitely not the easiest. Also, yeah, do that. Naruto is fire. Should also make one of Zoro's swords from One Piece or all three. Somewhat easy projects. Zoro's sword out of this stuff might be a little difficult, but potentially. Honestly, why not? Why not do something like that? All right. Whew. Let's get that heated up. And, yeah, we'll see how this goes. Alright. I gotta kind of think through how this is actually going to work out, but I have no idea. Or you can make a horseshoe. Christopher, why would I make a horseshoe? For a Pegasus? Honestly, okay, you have a point. I shouldn't have doubted you so quickly. So, that's a fire idea. Or a unicorn? Honestly, I think I'd have to make a horseshoe then. For a unicorn and a Pegasus. I have a leaf spring I got last summer and I was going to make a katana out of it. But I have no good way of cutting a shape out. Angle grinder cutting wheels are sketch. They are definitely sketchy. 100%. If you're using them, definitely be safe. But if you're wanting to make a sword, a katana is probably not the best one to start off with. Katanas are very difficult to make. But they are really cool. I won't deny that. They're just they're quite tricky. Though, if you are cutting them out, then it's probably a bit easier than forging a katana, because forging a katana is just ridiculously difficult. But if you're cutting it out, then yeah, katana is probably feasible for you. Speaking of unicorn, make a lance that looks like a unicorn's horn. That could be pretty cool, actually. Alright, this is not quite hot. Getting there, but it's not quite there. Once it's hot, I'm going to start just by forging a little bit of a point like before, and then we're going to start distal tapering the blade. This one is definitely going to be a lot more tricky because I actually have to punch a hole in the blade, and yeah, that's never an easy thing to do. So we'll see how this goes. All right, I'm just going to let that soak in the heat and get up to temperature. Yeah, it was a little ambitious of a starting project. Haven't even made hooks yet. Definitely start with hooks. Make everything yourself. If you're going to get into blacksmithing, hooks are a great thing to start with. A kunai as well. That will teach you a bit of beveling. But hooks are a great all-round forging project that teaches you a lot of basics. So I would say make some hooks and then maybe try a kunai. Try putting your hand on it and say it's not quite hot. Christopher, very funny. You almost made me do it. Hell, you ever made a rapier? I actually have made a rapier. It was a few years ago. It's not like the best thing I've ever made, but it was definitely a lot of fun to make. And of course, like usual, it was definitely bigger than it needed to be, but it worked pretty well. I wouldn't say it's totally finished yet, but it's basically, it's a sword. It's a complete sword. It's fully ground and stuff, but I could have done a bit more work to it if I wanted to, like the handle and stuff. But, yeah, I've made a rapier, and I would totally make another one. For example, like Alucard's sword is pretty much a rapier. It's not really, but it kind of is. All right, let's get another heat on this. We're just starting a point, starting a distal taper, the usual. You still have it. Show us. It's not in the shop currently. It's actually in my room, so I don't really have a hand on it right now. Whew. All right. What is the time? Definitely pretty tired. I've been also forging all day at work for like 8 hours, and now I'm doing this for another who knows how long. Definitely not the easiest thing to do in the world. But it is fun, and it's fun hanging out with you guys, so thanks for joining. I appreciate it. All right. Whew. All right. Got a bit of heat on this. Start forging a bit. Just doing our distal taper. Trying to work the point. Honestly, Kubikirabochi is definitely a weirder sword. And it's more of a cleaver shape. So I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to be forging the point on it. And if I really even need to forge a point. Because if you look up the design for it, it doesn't even really have a point. It's just a swooping edge. So honestly, I might not even bother forging a point at the moment. And just just try distal tapering the blade. Whew. So this here is Zangetsu that we forged. Kind of, well, I gotta get it out of the way, but it kind of resembles Zangetsu somewhat. It just needs a little bit of cleanup work, but you can see that. You can see the resemblance. Pretty sweet, I'd say. Definitely a fun little project, that's for sure. All right, let's try and get the material out of the fire. Always a bit finicky, but we got it. Now let's forge this out a bit more. Trying to create the Kubikirabochi point. Not the easiest thing, but we'll see how it goes. I think I actually need to flatten it out a bit because it's a little too round. Oh no! Dropped it. But we got it. Okay, there we go. Just like that. Sort of just flattening it out a bit. Trying to create a corner on the end there. That's going to become our point. Little finicky, but I think we'll get there. How do I get up to second place? I have no idea. Hale doing 20 push-ups. Do we almost have 20 likes? Like nothing. Wait. He couldn't do them that fast. Wait, what am I doing that fast? I gotta pick up a respirator this week. Every time I melt bullets, I boil the zinc, and it scares the daylights out of me. Big smoke plumes of cancer. Yeah, don't breathe that in. Get a respirator. Absolutely make it yourself. Get a respirator. Wow, respirator. That's butter knife. It definitely looks like a butter knife. That's for sure. I was talking on Discord after I sent that message. What did I miss? It was second place. No idea how you got to second place. All right, back into the fire. Oh, goodness. This, honestly, I kind of like Zangetsu. It's a really simple design, and it shouldn't be too much cleanup work to make it actually kind of beautiful. So I'm excited for it, and I think it could actually work as a throwing knife, which would be kind of cool. But we'll see. We'll see. Only time will tell. All right. Fire! Woo! It's like him to shoot at me right now. Not my favorite thing in the world. There we go. Woo! It's a little bit hot, not gonna lie. Okay. We'll turn that down. Let that soak for a second. My goodness. Did push-ups at the... Wait, you just did 20 push-ups. Tell Elmo. Elmo, yeah, I just did 20 push-ups. Easy. At the speed that Goku did them. Yeah, basically, Elmo. No, I haven't done any push-ups. Not yet. If we get 20 likes, I'll do 20 push-ups. But, that's a iffy. Whew. All right, we're starting to get some shape, but I gotta get this pistol taper more. Whew, okay. Basically still has that pill shape, but we're getting there, we're getting there. Do you think a charcoal grill with forced air via blow dryer would work as a forge? Charcoal is a little tough to kind of use as a forge. It does get really sparky really fast with a lot of airflow. It gets like, it just plumes of sparks. But it could potentially work. You just, yeah, you want to be careful with that. Whew. Exhausting. I don't think I've ever actually been here during the push-ups. Well, Elmo, today won't make it, today's the same. You're not going to be here when I do push-ups because I probably won't do push-ups. But, we'll see. Oh, man. Definitely a little tired. All right. All right, let's forge this out a bit more. Oh, that's a spark down the back. It's a little, that's the usual around here. But, doesn't feel nice. Not gonna lie. All right. We've got our pill shape still, but it may very well turn into a sword soon enough. All right. I'm now going to flip it around and start forging out our handle, like usual. Oh. Hot and tired. Hot and tired. All right. Here we go. Just like so. Back into the fire. Just like usual. Man, I am definitely a little tired. I keep saying that, but I think that's just proving my point of exhaustion. Alright, I'll do some research on it. I actually have to go to work now. That is fair. I'm going to just turn this off before I do the rest of that. You have to go to work now. All good. Make everything yourself. I'll check your site when I get off work. Like I said, man, do more lives for me. I'll try to be there. Appreciate it so much. Make everything yourself. I do want to live stream much more, but it's just being married now. There's a little more, there's priorities elsewhere in my life. However, YouTube, I love making videos. I love live streaming. And if I could actually make enough money on YouTube to kind of justify spending more time on it, then I could justify cutting off of like work hours. And it's all behind the scenes stuff that doesn't really affect you guys. But I do want to try live streaming more often. So anyways, yeah, for sure. Catch you later. Make everything yourself. And I hope to see you on the next one. Thanks so much for hanging out. And yeah, God bless. Godspeed. And I'll see you later. You ever played a Souls-like game? Yeah, Elmo, I played a little bit of Dark Souls and a little bit of Elden Ring, but I never actually played so much of it that I kind of actually like beat the game or anything like that. But yeah, I've dabbled a little bit in it. I just love the weapons and armor from the game, that's for sure. The difficulty of forging the handle, like usual. Whew. Still, it's working. All right. We're getting it started, as you can tell. Not a lot yet, but we're getting there. Oliver, yeah, life's a little more important than the online scape of the internet or whatever. But I do still enjoy it. All right, here we go. Whew. If I can actually make, trying to think of it, Kubikiri Bochi, Zabuza's sword. If I can actually do this, once I'm done it, I think I'm going to make another Zangetsu. Because if I'm going to sell them on the website, I want to actually have a stock of them, right? So, once I finish this one, I'm going to make another Zangetsu. Because that was relatively quick and easy. And, yeah, we'll see. Alright. Sleepy. Just a little sleepy. Petit peu. Ooh, petit peu. All right. Can I grab this? Can I grab it? Can I grab it? Ooh, that was getting a little bit hot. A little bit too hot, I think. Not good. But it makes forging it really easy when it's hot. Okay, coming along. Hooey. Okay, so we've got it started here. You can actually kind of see it. Now I'm going to start drawing it out some more. We lost some viewers. Down to the Minecraft stream view count. All good, Elmo. I actually kind of have a slight suspicion that YouTube doesn't like putting out content that is that's like sword content, because swords are technically weapons and weapons are bad, and therefore they don't want to advertise that as much. So yeah, that's sometimes just the way it goes. But yeah, it's all good. I could test test this suspicion possibly. I'm kind of curious. If the people watching this right now don't mind, I'm going to see if I can go on my screen here without wrecking anything. What did I miss? Christopher, we're testing a hypothesis. I'm going to go, and I'm going to actually change the name of the live stream while live. I don't know if that's actually going to work, but the title of the live stream has the word swords in it. And I I'm going to take that out and see if that changes the flow of viewers. I don't know if it will, but we'll see. Making mini Zangetsu from Bleach. Let's see if that worked. Actually, I also, I don't know if it'll work, but we'll see. I'm here. I was having a philosophical conversation with a family member. Oh, Echo. Cool. What was your conversation about, if you don't mind me asking? I'm just chilling here, just working on stuff. Don't mind having a random conversation. I like fun stuff, so Hale did a handstand and a backflip. Absolutely I did, Alamo. Totally. All right. Let's get this hot again, and then let's keep forging it out. Hamburgers. Hamburgers, just the way it goes, isn't it? So be it. All right. Oh. Definitely a little tired, but who even cares at this point? Let's keep forging this handle out. That's what I'm going to do. All right. Let's see if I can actually get this to work for me. Getting a bit of length to it. Again, I don't want it too thin, but I don't believe it's long enough yet. So I'm going to try and get it a bit longer without trying to take it down too thin. But yeah, Scallop Dog, with or without cheese. Hamburgers with cheese. I got to go with cheese, but then is it really a hamburger or is it a cheeseburger? Now that's a question. It was a lot, mainly about conspiracy theories and stuff the government is doing. Also, this is Techno from the Discord. Oh, sick. I'm the one who suggested the small anime swords as throwing knives. Oh, Tech, let's go. That's sweet. Yes, this was your idea, and you deserve all the credit. It's actually been a lot of fun. And, I don't know, I think it's working out pretty well. But yeah, those are very, deep conversations, you could say. Cool stuff. Absolutely fun. All right. Let that get up to heat. See, philosophical, yeah. Oh, he's Echo. Apparently. That's pretty sweet. Well, welcome, everyone. I'm glad you guys could make it. Whew. I am definitely, he's Echo. Welcome to the stream. Yeah. Welcome, Echo. We are on sword number 3. We've made Zangetsu, we've made the Dragon Slayer, and now we are making Kubikiri Bochi's Zabuza's sword from Naruto. I would say they're a little rough on around the edges, but once I get to grinding them, I think they'll turn out a lot nicer. Right now, I just got to take down the corners and actually start drawing out this handle a bit more. Okay. We're getting some length on the handle, which is looking good. So I'm just going to get it heated up again, round off the handle a bit, give it a bit more length, and then we're going to start actually punching and shaping the blade, which will definitely be a little difficult. Get some Minecraft streams sometimes too. Honestly, might be Minecraft streams in the future. The only problem is the internet at my house has not been the best, and I haven't tested live streams, and I don't know if they're going to be anything good quality, but we'll find out. Can you try doing the sword from Thundercats? I am not actually totally sure what sword that is. Thundercats. Can you give me a more descriptive name of the sword? Like, what sword specifically? Is it the Thundercat sword, or... I'd need to look it up so I could actually know what it looks like before I make it. But, yeah, I could, Christopher. I definitely could try. Whew. Okay, that'll get hot pretty fast. It's definitely thin now, so... Okay. Whew. All right. Let's grab the metal. Just like so. And let's give it some shape. A little hot, which is never good. A little too hot, I should say. I like it when it's hot, just not when it's too hot. I wouldn't say the handle is long enough, but I'm also going to say it's not short. I think it's pretty good. It's not totally centered, but that also is dependent on where I actually put this blade. Where are the tongs? This beveled edge. Okay. I think it's looking good. So far, so good. I'm going to finish refining the blade shape. Once I have that, like the distal taper and such done, then I'm going to actually punch the blade and, yeah, shape it a bit more, which is definitely not going to be the easiest thing, but we're going to give it a shot. It's iconic. If you search it up, you'll know it as soon as you see it. It has a red orb in the middle of the crossguard. Oh, it's not that odd of a sword other than for the crossguard. Maybe I can possibly, like, I'll look it up and we'll see. But I'm going to keep going on this for the time being. Whew. Tiring. Definitely kick it too. What am I kicking? I'm actually pretty tired now. Hooky dino. How long have I been live streaming? Okay. No, I haven't been live streaming that long, but I also did work an 8-hour day of forging and blacksmithing and stuff. Think of a suggestion for a weapon to make. Think of something. Oh, punch the blade, kick the blade. Oh, I catch your drift now, Christopher. All right. This is almost up to heat. Punch the blade, kick the blade. Man, I'm too tired for humor. This is tough. It's a tough life to live when you're too tired for humor. But I do not have a good enough memory to remember any. Honestly, Elmo, I know the feeling. I know the feeling. Okay. Let's forge this out some more. That's what we're going to do. All right. Whew. All right. We're getting the shape there, which is good. Now, what I need to do, you can see it's kind of resembling the Kubikiribochi shape, which is good. What I need to do next is actually probably grab my phone. I just need to see the sword itself so I know where the holes are supposed to go and such. But yeah, you can make the Easter egg baguette sword from Blade and Sorcery game. I can make the Easter egg baguette sword. I'll have to look at that. Okay, so it goes. Okay, easy enough. Easy enough. I think I got it. Hale, have you heard of the anime called Shinigiri Frontier? I have not. Shinigiri Law Frontier. I have not heard of that, actually. It's an actual baguette. I'm just joking. Oh, goodness. Of course it is. All right. What I'm first going to do now is I'm going to put our crescent moon in the bottom of the blade. That's our first step. And then our next step will actually be punching the blade. Which, honestly, I don't think I actually need to punch the blade. I could just drill press it. Is that cheating? I don't know. It's a solid VR game anime. Oh, cool. Yeah, I haven't heard of that, actually. That sounds good. I like those. Those are kind of cool. All right. Huh. Good stuff. Things are happening. I'm going to use the cross peen, I think, to put this crescent moon in, and maybe the horn of the anvil. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. All right. Yep, we're nice and hot. Now let's just start forging in a crescent. I've got to be quite accurate with my hammer blows right now because a miss hit would kind of suck. So you can see we're starting the crescent. It's very small as of right now, I know. But we're going to get there. I'm going to get another heat on it, and we're going to keep going. Should look cool. We'll see. So when are you making a lightsaber? Next week, Christopher, I think. Once I've already unlocked the technology. It's just a matter of, the time. I just need about half an hour, and then I could probably whip it up for you guys. Season is going to be probably peak. Oh, let's go. Crab, said I. Hey, welcome. We're making Kubikiri Bochi. Zabuza's sword from Naruto, but smaller, because why not? All right, back into the fire. Let's see how this goes. Whew. Good stuff, good stuff. You have a Kyber crystal, I presume? Oh, absolutely. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say I have one. I've got, at least 3. But, yeah. They're just, it's a matter of finding them at the moment. I sort of misplaced 2 of them, but I still got the 1. He probably got a box of them somewhere. Yeah, you're basically right, Elmo. It just might have misplaced them. But if I find them, we'll get that lightsaber done. Oh, almost up to heat. Yes, yeah, absolutely. All right. Whew. Almost hot. We'll go grab that. Can we see some white powder fire aspect and shape? White powder fire aspect. We might see some of that. All right. Here we go. Cross beam again. The thing is, the further I go, the longer it gets, which is kind of a shame. But we'll see how it goes. I subbed up. Thanks so much, Crabcastle. I appreciate that. And Crabcastle Forge. What state are you in? I'm actually in Canada. I am a Canadian. Ta-da! It's the way it goes, but it's nice here, I suppose. Yeah, so let's get this a little deeper and see how it goes. I'm in a state of sleepiness. Christopher, that adds up, actually. When are you not in a state of sleepiness? All right. Whew. It is warm in here, that's for sure. Wyatt's Classic Cars, hey there, welcome. Been a while. Thanks for hopping in. Hope you're doing well. All right. Luvian, well, I can't pronounce that. That's my bad. 1 second. Gotta turn that off before I overheat my metal. It's been a while, dude. How are you? I am doing great, actually. a little tired. I've been forging for all day, basically. I've been live streaming for a while now, but yeah, it's been fun. Devin, welcome. I am working on stuff like usual. But Devin, today, and everyone who's joined, we are making mini anime swords because why not? If you can, why not do it? So we are making Kubikiri Bochi Zabuza's sword right now. I've made a mini Zangetsu and a mini Dragon Slayer already, so we're just putting along. All right. I think what I'm going to end up doing is probably the rest of this crescent with a grinder, just because it's going to spread too big if I don't, and that is going to be a problem in the end, and I don't want that. The next step would be to punch a hole, but I honestly think I could drill a hole much easier, and life would be, a lot happier that way. I don't want to risk punching it and spreading this into a whole amalgamation of just disgust. So we're going to avoid that. Did you check up on the missus? No, I have not, Christopher. For the simple reason that she is out with family right now and siblings and stuff for a birthday thing that I was not invited to. But that it's all girls thing, so it's not a bad thing that I wasn't invited. All right. I think I'm going to start beveling this blade, and we'll see how that goes. Should be good. Should be good. Thanks so much, Devin. I appreciate it. These might end up being just mini anime sword throwing knives, but that could be fun too, you know? And I'm probably going to put some of these up for sale on the merch shop, which is linked in the description below. So maybe later tonight, if you guys want, you can go check that out. But yeah, we'll see if I'm able to finish all of these. That's the first step. Do some jumping jacks to wake up. Honestly, that's just going to exhaust me even more, which isn't ideal, but there you go. That actually kind of helped. Thanks, Christopher. Always here to help. I appreciate it. All right, let's try beveling this a bit. The Kubikiri Bochi has a very small bevel, so it shouldn't be too hard to do. Okay. All right. You can kind of get an idea of the shape. Again, they look really rough, like usual, but then when we get into grinding, we're going to refine it. It's going to look really beautiful in the end, and everyone's going to be happy and say, yippee, right? So it's going to be great. Wow, dude. I was going to say if you do 100 push-ups, then I will, but I don't think I have it in me right now. That's good. I'm glad you don't have it in you, because I don't think I can pull off 100 push-ups. It's been a long day. It's been a long day. I'll say like maybe 20 push-ups, but that's probably all I have in me. All right. I need to do a little bit more beveling on the blade, and then I need to just center up the handle a bit, and then from there we could then drill a hole and make this into a whole beauty of a piece of material, you know? Could be something cool. Back into the fire. Whew. All right. There we go. Fun stuff, fun stuff. After the handstand and do 8 push-ups, oh goodness. I can't wait to say yippee. Devin, we're gonna say yippee together, and it's gonna be so ecstatic. Everyone's gonna love it. Do 20 push-ups or we kidnap Miss Blacksmith. Hey. No, you don't. She'll put up a fight, that's for sure, but I won't let you get near her. All right. Whew, nice and hot. All right, let's do a bit more beveling on this. If I can actually get a grip on it. There we go. This is not working as well as I would like it to. There we go. It's a matter of getting it pinched. That's better. Sweet stuff. All right, that is actually looking pretty cool. Once I get the crescent and stuff cleaned up and the sun drilled in, this is actually going to look pretty accurate to the anime, which is kind of cool, which is kind of the whole point of this entire project. But aside from that, whew, coming along. Okay. Just trying to straighten it up at the moment, because no one wants a curvy sword. Oh, okay. Looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Now, what I should do is straighten up the handle. You can see it's kind of coming off on an angle, and that's never good. Long ago in stream. Oh, goodness. What is going on? Echo, don't try to steal from a dude who makes weapons. The anvil is more expensive than the swords. We established that long ago in the stream. Yeah. The sword will allow you to defend yourself. That is also true, Elmo. I'll throw the anvil with my Herculean strength. Sure you are. Sure you will, Christopher. Attach the anvil on a chain and swing it like that. Elmo, you're thinking now. You're thinking. I rewatched the Zangetsu practicing video, bro. Still one of the best. I appreciate it. Thanks. I'm glad you like them. Oh, all right. Let's get this nice and hot again. Okay. Once this is up to heat, I can straighten the blade, or the handle to the blade. And then this one we can heat up, let it kneel, and then we can start grinding it and stuff in a bit. Oh my word. Alright. I might honestly make another Zangetsu. I think that's what I'm going to do. Because it's quick and easy. It's like the fastest one I can make, which is nice. So it'd be kind of convenient to, yeah. It'll be nice to make another one. Especially if I want to try selling these online, but... And it really depends if people are even interested in buying them, but anyways, not important. Alright, let's try and get this a little more centered. Working? I don't really know. Just a little more. Okay. All right, I think I have an idea. And then from there, we should be pretty much done. Chris running with an anvil on a chain is in one hand, hail bottles in the other. Absolutely. Can see myself doing that. Yeah, total. I can see it too, Christopher. Everyone can totally see that happening. All right. I'm going to flip this around. I'm just going to try widening the blade a little bit. And then from there, we should be done this until the finishing stages of grinding and drilling and all that fun stuff. Whew. All right. Cool beans. Alrighty. That's going to get hot pretty fast. Yeah, almost hot. Then we can forge it out a little bit more and then we'll be done. There's just a little bit of a narrow spot right by the crescent, which I want to expand a little. I think that's looking pretty good. Okay. So, final consensus. If I were to sell these, should I put my touch mark in it or no? Not really sure, so I'm going to get your guys' opinion. But this is what it's looking like so far. I think it looks pretty sweet. I'm going to put a hole in it and grind it and stuff, and it'll look pretty accurate to the show, I think. Which is what we're going for. As a throwing knife, I don't believe it's going to work very well, but we'll see. All right. Cool stuff. I'm going to heat it up, cool it off, and then we can start grinding it. So let's get that up to heat and set it aside. All right. Now, just like before, I'm going to take a 1/4-inch piece. Actually, this one does not look usable. It has a massive crack down the back of it. I never noticed that. I'm going to set this aside. And here we go. This piece is definitely much more usable. I'm going to use this to make a Zangetsu, a mini Zangetsu from Bleach. Yo, what's up? It's Folded. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining us. We're making mini anime swords. Should be fun. Anything can be a throwing knife if you throw it hard enough. That is a good point, actually. Alright. Gotta turn off the blower. This is getting a little too hot. Whew. A beautiful little anime sword. Should be nice. Let's set it aside to cool. Oh, that's very fun to look at. It's very satisfying. Anyways, let's throw this piece of metal into the forge. Whew. There we go. All right. That'll take a minute to heat up, but then from there, should be good. What did you make so far? So far, I made Shikai Zangetsu, a mini one, the Dragon Slayer, Kumakiri Bochi from Naruto, and now I'm making another Zangetsu because I'm going to actually put these for sale tonight on... Oh, we're reconnecting. There we go. I'm going to put these for sale on the merch shop tonight, which is linked down below in the description. If you guys want to check those out later, yeah, you're welcome to. They should be... At least a few of them should be up for sale tonight. So, we'll see. As long as things kind of go as planned tonight. But who really knows? Anyways, fun stuff. This should almost be up to heat now. Almost. And then we can start forging out another Zangetsu. You do requests? Yeah, actually, yeah. What do you have in mind? Depending if I can get to it. For sure. Oh, don't say that they're in the shop. I want to buy one. Well, they might be, they should be up for sale tonight. But if not tonight, then probably like tomorrow or something like that. So, that being said, we'll see if I can get some of them done tonight. That's the goal. So, let's keep working on it. This is pretty much up to temperature, so I'm going to grab it. And we're going to start forging it. Putting a bit of a distal taper on it. Just like so, and starting to put a point. Alright, so we've started to get a little bit of a point and a bit of a distal taper. We're going to throw it back in the fire, heat it back up, and keep going. Whew. This, so far, is the Zangetsu that I made first off. It obviously doesn't look much like Zangetsu in the corner there yet, but we're going to do some grinding and finishing to it, and By the end of tonight, it should look like Zangetsu, and you'll see the final product for sale on the shop later tonight. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. Whew, nice and hot. Let's keep forging that point down. Just like so. And a bit of distal taper. All right, so there is a bit of a point. I think it's looking pretty all right. I'm going to continue the distal taper, flip it around, do a bit more forging of the blade, and then I'm going to start the handle. So, yeah. Whew, back into the fire. All right. So, these knives aren't the only thing that's going to go up on the merch shop tonight. Well, hopefully tonight. I'm actually starting to sell, I think, well, they are, but steel bookmarks. And I know that seems like a bad idea, sharp and whatnot, but these are actually nicely softened corners, textured bookmarks. Getting a little hot. I'm going to put those up for sale tonight. And if you want one of those, go check it out later. And, yeah, we'll see how things go, but hopefully I'll get those up for sale tonight as well. Alright, distal taper. Just like so. Flipping it around to get a bit of a taper on the other side. There we go. Bit of a blade so far, but now I'm going to notch the handle in, and we're going to start working on that. Hale, you going to do something at 20 likes? If this live stream gets 20 likes, I will do 20 push-ups, because I probably should do more push-ups. I've kind of neglected that recently. I really need to sleep. Oliver, go to bed, man. That is, yeah. Don't stay up late on my account. Get some sleep. That is definitely necessary. All right. We'll get this hot. Almost there. It's 1 a.m. Oh my goodness. It's 1 a.m. Oliver. Get some sleep. That is, yeah. Honestly, guys, if you need sleep, go get some sleep. That is all good. Elmo, oh my word. Go to bed. Oh my word. Yeah. Definitely go sleep. That is a necessity for mankind. Alright. Looking pretty good here. I'm going to start forging out the handle a bit. Don't yay much. Seems alright? Yeah. So we're starting to get that swoop for the handle. Should be good. Man, I've been consistently sleeping at 3 to 4 a.m. for a few days. That's brutal, Elmo. Folded, where do you live? Anyways, I taught you could make like Tengen Uzai's blade, or, well, they're from Demon Slayer. I wasn't even going to try pronouncing those. My reading is already bad, and trying to read Japanese is even tougher. Anyways, a katana could be a little difficult. I don't know if those are katanas, but Demon Slayer is known for katanas. Katanas could be a little tough, but definitely maybe possible. La la la, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Whew. This will get up to heat in no time. Power that off. Alright. Shut this down. Oliver, I'm from... Oh, nice. Cool. Okay. let's grab the blade. Ooh, nice and hot. Alright, this is getting a little finicky here, but that's the way it goes around here. But I'm starting to get the grip swoops. Definitely a little rough right now, but whew, just a little bit more and we'll have it. Alright. Good stuff. That'll be up to heat. Oh. Man. I'm definitely not going to request the Stone Shear's Axe and Boulder combo. That could be a little tough. Could be a little tough to do. Not going to lie. Come on, let me grab it. There we go. Whew. Getting it a little bit hot, which isn't always ideal. A little bit too hot, I should say. I think I need a little bit more material on the handle. Shucks. All right, gonna need a bit more heat, but we're starting to get a handle, which is nice. Whew. All right, back into the forge. Because this material is so thin now, it doesn't take long to heat up at all. So we'll get that hot and then keep going. Hail wielding axe and anvil. Oh my goodness. I for some reason can picture that pretty well. Oh my goodness. Axe and anvil, that's the way to do it, isn't it? Goodness. Alright. Ooh, nice and hot. Alright. Here we go. Forge this in a bit. Gonna probably have to extend this handle a bit. Nicely done. Coming along. Definitely a lot of work, but we're getting there. All right. I think once I finish Zangetsu, I'm going to call it there for forging blades, I think, because I'm pretty exhausted. And I still have to start grinding these. So, yeah, I might leave it after I finish Zangetsu, and then I'm going to start grinding them and finishing them. Yo, where's Chris? I don't know where Chris went. I can bet that gets way too hot, too fast. Goodness. He's probably working on his book. That's my guess. All right. Gonna start rounding off the handle. It's approximately the same length as the other one, which is good. All right. Now that we have our handle more or less roughed in, I can start flipping it around and start beveling the blade, which is exciting because that'll start giving it shape. Anyone recently watched any anime y'all thought was incredible? Not at the moment, actually. Not really. Nice, happy you liked my idea. I really do, man. It's been so great. He's running to Hale to take that bottle away. No, I need my bottle. Oh. All right. Okay, let's get this heated up. Whew. And we're almost there, which is so exciting. I am running out of steam. That's for sure. It's very warm. All right. Cool stuff. Yeah. All right. We're almost up to heat. Once it's hot, then we can start beveling. All right. There we go. We got a bit of heat on it. And now we bevel. So it's just a start. We're going to get another heat on it and keep going. Ooh, all right, good stuff. I am exhausted. I've been live for over 2 hours now. Goodness. Doing this for 2 hours is tough, but also doing it for 8 hours prior to this is even more tough. Goodness grief. I rewatched The Eminence in Shadow. I read some manga and manhwas if you're interested in that too. Eminence in Shadow. I've never heard of that. Sounds definitely interesting. All right. More beveling. Okay. I dare say... Oh no! I dropped it. I just need to straighten the handle, and then this blade is fully beveled and ready to be profile ground, which is exciting. Oh, good stuff. Let's just straighten this handle up, and Zangetsu will be done. Oh, ooh, excuse me. Okay, fun stuff. Manhwa or manhwa? Same thing. Hey, shout out, check it out, bro. That was season 2. One of the best anime. You'll like the main character? Cool. Sounds definitely interesting. Okay. Almost up to heat. There we go. Let's just set this down and give it a little love taps. Oh! I keep dropping it, which is not ideal for what I'm trying to do here. Okay, there we go. Brilliant. Ta-da! Looking good. Looking pretty straight, which is nice. All right. Yeah. That is a second Zangetsu. Cool stuff. All right. I'm going to let this one, well, I'm going to heat it up and then let it air cool and anneal. Oh, doesn't match to my taste at all. The Korean one, bro. Interesting. Cool stuff. Okay, I'm going to let this anneal. And then I can grind it and such. Fun stuff. Almost cool. Okay. Well, we have definitely got some stuff done today. Whew. Made 1, 2, 3, 4 mini anime swords, which is definitely not the easiest thing in the world. But it wasn't that bad. It was fun. But I'm exhausted, and I still have to do all the grinding and finishing and stuff like that. However, I'm probably not going to do that live, because that's just more effort. So I'm probably going to end the live stream here, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And make sure you come back in a couple hours, because I'll probably, hopefully, most definitely have these up for sale on the merch shop, which is linked in the description below. Thank you guys so much for your support. I really appreciate it. And yeah, if you guys want to purchase one, go ahead. I might restock these again soon, which would be totally fun too, because I could do another live stream of me making them again and whatnot. But yeah, if you want to support, go check down the merch shop down in the description. Anyways, I'm going to get these done after a little bit of a break. But anyways, God bless, Godspeed. I'll see you guys all on the next one. Adios. Solo leveling is literally the most popular manhwa, and it's overrated in my opinion. Fair enough, Elmo, fair enough. Anyways, God bless, Godspeed. Love you all. Have a excellent rest of your evening. Sleep well. Whew. All right, and now I exhale. Good stuff.